episode 2 of my attempt to get to grips with this Kerbal Space Program career mode. So we've had 2 flights, then we had a bit of a problem with the recording, so I had to start again. So I'm back to where we were before, so 2 flights done. I've got some science to spend now. We've gone with this one already, the basic rocketry. That gives us the decoupler and the mystery goo, which will allow us to do more science experiments that we had last time. We're going to go with this one, I think. This will buy us this engine here, which is very useful in space. The ISP in vacuum of 390, that I can't point to, is apparently very efficient in the vacuum. So it's a good engine to have when manoeuvring in orbit if we ever get there. Still got 31 science points to spend, so we could get some of this other stuff as well. This one here would give us a battery pack, which gives us a bit more electricity to play with, but it will cost us 45 science, so we can't afford that yet. The general rocketry gives us another engine, separation 1, which I've never used before, and a very powerful solid rocket booster that get us higher payloads into space. So that's a possibility. This one gives us aerodynamic nose cone, winglets to make it a bit more stable, and a decoupler which attaches to the side. So that's useful to go with the boosters. Probably need both of those at the same time, so not a lot of point getting either, but we may as well get one of them while we're waiting for the other one to get enough science for the other one. So I will admit I've done a little bit of practicing and I found out a few things that I was doing wrong. So the antenna does need to go onto the capsule before you can transmit, and if you press the T button it's a stabilizer, which means it's easier to control, so you don't go out of control so much. Going to build a ship now that will make it into space, I hope. Probably still going to stick with the suborbital rather than entering orbit for this first trip. Use this decoupler to make it a 2-stage rocket. Always remember the parachute. I'm going to put 2 of these goos on, hopefully a bit more level than that, so that we can fly a little bit better. Right, that should be enough to get us a little bit higher up. Let's do a bit more experimentation while we're up there. Let's just check. So engine will go off, then it will decouple, then the parachute comes out. So that's all good. So we'll just do some basic stuff first of all to get a bit of science. These have already been done already, so we'll overwrite them if we end up doing something a little bit more interesting. Okay, I think we're ready to lift off. So I'll press the T button and we should be much more stable going up now. Look at that, don't even have to touch it. Just rolling over slightly for a little bit just to get away from the launch pad a bit. And there we are, we have discarded the rocket that we don't need anymore. It's still gaining some height pretty quick. This time I've just sent the crew report via the antenna. That enables me to do another crew report and then save the extra science from that as well. Looks like we're going to land in the water again. I'll try that EVA trick now. Oh no, I haven't got enough time. How quick. Oops, I think I've killed him. don't think I should have tried that EVA trick again, should I? Now, we can pretend that never happened and just go back to launch. Sounds like a good plan. Bring them back to life. That was just a bit silly by me, I think. So I have to try to remember that getting out of the spacecraft while travelling quite quickly down in the atmosphere is probably a bad idea for Jeb. So our electricity is down because of the use of the aerial. I think we'll leave Jeb in the capsule for this descent, actually. Mm, 12, that's a pretty good one. Can't seem to get back in the capsule. Doesn't matter, he will be recovered, and so will the capsule, and we'll pretend the first launch never happened. So, just from Jeb himself was 15 science for the surface sample and the EVA report. And then we recover the actual capsule, which contains another 9 from the data that we had stored in there. Okay, let's spend that science. Let's get the boosters that we wanted. Okay, I think we'll be going for science text soon, because then we can get that unit which allows us to do more science, and the rechargeable battery which will allow us to send more data.